A Man Called Otto was directed by Marc Forster, and this is actually a remake of a Swedish film, which is basically the same exact story, and it stars the one and only Tom Hanks, man. I mean, anytime this dude is in a movie, I have to go and see him as soon as I possibly can, because let's face it, this is one of the greatest actors of our generation. And the fact that we have been following his career basically from being a young, up-and-coming comedic actor, and now he's playing a grumpy old man. Oh man, how time flies. When a lively young family moves in next door, grumpy widower Otto Anderson, played by Hanks, as I've mentioned, meets his match in a quick-witted pregnant woman named Marisol, and this leads to an unlikely friendship that turns his world upside down. First of all, I gotta say that Tom Hanks is excellent once again. You really can't ever go wrong with this guy. He always seems to know what he's doing when he's in frame. The dude's a legend, and this just continues to add to his already extensive resume. It's truly a great performance, unlike anything you've ever really seen from Tom Hanks. This guy is pretty much exactly as advertised. He's a grouch for a good majority of this. And you can kind of predict and see where the movie is going to go, especially if you've seen the Swedish movie. But as predictable as it is very, very well helmed by director Marc Forster, all with a very great anchor in Tom Hanks. And every one of these actors around him, all of his neighbors that we meet along the way, they're all extremely likable, especially when it comes to this young family who moves in. They are anchored by Mariana Trevino, and she is excellent in this. She certainly holds her own when it comes to acting with Tom Hanks, and they have great chemistry. And don't let any of the trailers or Tom Hanks' inclusion deceive you. This movie deals with a lot of pretty dark themes related to suicide, grief, how you deal with grief, but all put together, despite the dark cloud that surrounds this movie when it comes to its messages and everything like that, this is really solid. This is a really heartwarming feature, and when the credits started rolling and the eyes that were starting to tear up in front of me started calming down a little bit, I started thinking, man, my grandparents would love seeing this movie, because it just feels like a movie that my grandparents would really, really, really enjoy. It's got a heartwarming message, a great performance from Tom Hanks, an endearing, albeit predictable story, all things told. It's really... I mean, I can't really think of a whole lot that's wrong with this movie, per se. It's just a good movie. It's very well made. I will admit, though, the pacing of A Man Called Otto definitely drags us down a smidge. This is a pretty long runtime for a movie like this. I think if you at least shaved off maybe even half an hour off this second act here, would have had a lot stronger of a narrative. This includes some pretty expansive flashback sequences, which I think go on for way too long, albeit it feels like every single one of them are very, very important, and they show how Otto was happy in his past, and you kind of come to understand why he is the way he is once he grows older into the Tom Hanks that we're seeing on the screen here. But I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was like the pacing or the content matter of these flashbacks, but I just wasn't getting into them emotionally as much as I wanted to. Because those flashbacks are a pretty big driving force, emotionally speaking, for A Man Called Otto. And I wasn't really getting into that facet as much as what the script was telling us about grief and all those other themes surrounding it. Overall, A Man Called Otto is a predictable, albeit well-made feature with a great performance from Tom Hanks. For a January release, once again, this is a huge surprise. It's pretty darn good, guys. I'm gonna give A Man Called Otto a B+. If you're a fan of Tom Hanks, you will certainly enjoy this one. Let me know what you thought of A Man Called Otto down in the comments section below. What is your favorite Tom Hanks performance that he's ever given? Forrest Gump, Saving Private Ryan? I mean, good lord, this guy is an absolute legend. I'm sure everybody's gonna have a different favorite Tom Hanks role here and there. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in and continuing to support this channel. It really does mean the world that you guys are continuing to come back. If you're a new viewer, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, and please hit that like button as well. Both of these are incredibly helpful in helping us continue to grow this excellent community that we've already built together. You want to talk all new things in cinema and entertainment? This is the place to be, and y'all are invited to the party. But guys, thank you so much again for watching. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, back talk commence.